base her claim that the hot chocolate I made was somehow inferior to others. In that moment, she just knew that the hot chocolate she drank at Anna's was better than the stuff I made at home. Maybe it was the whole experience itself. Maybe the company, maybe some extra marshmallows, I don't really know. But for whatever reason, my hot chocolate just wasn't the same. She knew there was something missing. She knew there could be something more. According to her assessment, our house just had the stupid normal. And too often, that's what many of us would say about our lives. If we were to sit back and consider our everyday routines compared to the depths of reality, the depths we've at least heard to be true, a lot of us might look as disappointed as my daughter. Even if we know the right things to say, we're rarely satisfied by how this knowledge contributes to the way we live. The grind of this life can get so monotonous. The labor never pays off the way we imagine it will. The vacations never deliver what we hope for. Even our most anticipated joys fizzle, leaving only fractured memories. Is this it? Is this all there is? Something has to be missing. Surely there is something more. We all wonder those things sometimes, even those of us who consider ourselves Christians. We think about the bigness of this planet, all this life, all this action, all these sunrises. And then we take a look at the stack of trifles we've been buying into from this world. The ads that define the essence of joy. The pop lyrics that determine our value system. The magazine covers that set our standard for beauty. Not to mention the calculated barrenness being shoved down our throats. It doesn't take much reflection to realize that all this air we've been breathing is a smog of lies. We've been running after something deep, but we're not even scraping the surface. The psalmist tells us it's the fool who says there is no God. See Psalm 14, verse 1. And yet that's the anthem we've all learned to sing. It has become normal. That's why I call it the stupid normal. This world in which we live. You shouldn't feel strange if you felt disappointed about these things. Instead, you should feel strange if you have not. This is the issue at the center of the human experience. It's the issue our ancestors dealt with before us. And it's the issue especially worth dealing with today, since we live in such a secular age, an age that has progressed beyond the need for genuine faith. Or so it seems. We now live in this moment of history in which our everyday existence plays out in what one philosopher has called the immanent frame. The immanent frame simply means that we live in a day and age when most people believe that what you see is what you get. It's the kind of thinking that says all the things here are the only things real. And this perspective isn't entirely new. Poet Walt Whitman, ahead of his time in the 19th century, wrote that there's never anything more than there is now. Heaven and hell might as well be here, Whitman would say, because here is as far as we get. There is nothing higher or deeper or truer than the things we can get our hands on. Many people would claim to not think this way, but it's still how a lot of us live. Tim Keller, a longtime pastor in Manhattan, explained. Individuals could profess to not be secular people, to have religious faith, yet at the practical level, the existence of God may have no noticeable impact on their life decisions and conduct. This is because in a secular age, even religious people tend to choose lovers and spouses, careers and friendships, and financial options with no higher goal than their own present-time personal happiness. In other words, it doesn't really matter where you see yourself on the spectrum of religious devotion. The secular age has thinned out the faith of too many. By and large, transcendence just doesn't have a seat at our tables anymore. Instead, if we want the good life, if we want significance and happiness, we're told we'd better find it in the stuff around us. I don't want a never-ending life, as the Strumbellas put it. I just want to be alive while I'm here. Everything is immanent. That's the point. Everything is within reach and earthly. What really counts is just this world, and if there is a God, well, he doesn't make much of a difference anyway. On a societal level, we have hacked off any true notion of the divine.